Mercy and Max. Tommy and Preston, 1686. Lena and Mercy, 0250. Everybody's booms are up. Tommy's is higher than Lena, which is what I think. Take a look at 5775 upwind of you. Try to point a little higher, pull the main a little harder. Move up, Maddie. There, that's no higher than that, Matt. Racing is about being able to look around and see if somebody is going a dramatically different direction. Okay, you should be taking a look at your jib now before we go downwind, and we're all pretty even. Tommy's boom is quite high, stalled on the leech. Lena is stalled on the leech, and boom is a little lower. They're all different weights, so we have them all set up just a tick different. See if Max's main looks pretty flat, looks good. Okay, super good. Setting the course for race 1, and current is going out. We're actually moving. Look at the Shibui, the race committee boat, and look at the land behind. You'll see that we are moving definitely, it's like 0.6 knots right now. A little tiny bit more than a half a knot. And we're not headed towards the Coronado Bridge, actually. We're actually not going what you would think. You would think we'd be getting sucked that way, but we're actually getting sucked over across that way. So the wind is shifting right now. The pin end is going to be over there. It looks like they're getting ready. They just set it over there, or they're just setting it. And so what this means with the current is you're going to be getting pushed away from the line, so you got to keep sailing. At any point that you luff both sails, you're going right to left, 0.5, 0.6. Race 1, we've got the P flag up, the blue flag up. We got less than 4 minutes to go. The pin end is there. The committee boat end flag you can't see right now on the other side of the mast, but you should be reaching up and down the line and an easy line sight today. So you gotta make sure you have a line sight. We're not actually on a boat, so I can't really tell you right now. It looks like boats are beam reaching on starboard down the line and beam reaching on port. So I think the line is pretty square. And that's, the race committee does that pretty well. This race committee does setting pretty square lines. They'll go to the pin end favored if they're struggling with general recalls. They'll just let themselves back. They'll let their anchor back. But we shouldn't have trouble starting in this stuff. Again, the goal for this start is to keep the boat moving, keep flow over the centerboard and rudder the whole time, and not stick out too much. Very likely going to be a general recall. She's going to have a hard time not hitting the boat, but the current is not moving us left to right. It's pushing us straight backwards towards me. So I flag was up. No one's over in the last minute. Here's Lena right in the middle. There's Stella. Stella is going too slow, so she's moving away from the line. You got to get moving. You have to sail against the current. Now, both Lena and Stella should know that they are covered. They cannot be seen. The committee boat cannot see them. They need to move forward with 693. They're too far back. And I think the pin's favored. We'll see by how much.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I see. These guys have made it all clear right here. So we were just in the middle there. We weren't on the line. The general line set. There you go. Now look at this. The pin is not tacking and crossing and winning by a mile. That's for sure. But let's see what happens. Race 1. Okay, jib looks outstanding. Main is stalled, so maybe his main need to loosen the vang a little. Make sure, first thing you do if you're stalled like that up there is you ease the vang a little. If it doesn't change it, then ease the main sheet a half inch. He's not too far off. It's flat water. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Too much rudder on the tack. It's kind of good to steer fast on the tacks because you don't want to lollygag in the middle, but that was just too much at the beginning. The good news is that you got yourself, well, you had a lane. And here goes Max going out here beating some people. So starboard seems lifted for the day. I don't have a compass, I'm not sailing. If I had a compass, I think we'd be reading a good number right now. So I think actually Max and Tommy are ahead of boats already, despite the fact that they started in the back. Max should actually go back to the right here, not take those sterns. Oh God, I don't have Bluetooth with him. So 8th grader and a 7th grader. This is Maddie's first time crewing in a Perry 420 regatta. This might be Max's first time skippering in a Perry. It is. And then tomorrow Max will be with Jay Sullivan. This race was a lot determined by the start and weight. So you'll see a lot of very lightweight teams that are 60 or 70 pounds lighter doing quite well. I think there's a couple in the top 5 that are like doing their first regatta in Perry. So the boat has not much you can do. It's a very weight dominated boat. Skill matters, but when it's light like this, you're gonna see a lot of little kids out here. Once it gets breezier, you'll see the big kids do better. Our goal for boat handling this weekend is spinnaker sets where the spinnaker fills quicker. So the skipper should hoist and pull the guy about 2 pulls and then steer to the spinnaker to get it filling before the, as they're putting the pole out. You don't just wait for them to push the pole out. Okay, first place in race 1. Lena and Mercy got a little twist. They didn't take their spinnaker down carefully before the race. They flew their spinnaker and then didn't take it down carefully. Always remember, pre-race takedowns are extra slow, extra cautious. Okay, there's Max and Maddie coming around, 0153. Okay, so we got a twist in the spinnaker. What you try to do now, believe it or not, is do that. The next thing you try is jibing. Leave the pole where it is, pull the guy back, jibe, and if it fills, jibe back again. Max needs to hoist. The spinnaker's not up. Tommy is the pink and yellow spinnaker over there, did a jibe set. Race 1 is 4 or 5 knots, very light air. Gates look like everybody needs to be on port tack. The water's moving them from right to left. Watch out, First place just went around in race 1 towards the right. We didn't know which side was favored upwind. It came out pretty even.
It might be in the wind.
I think the right might have been a little better on the first upwind, so there we go. Now these guys are coming around and pointing straight at me. Definitely the buoy to our left is further upwind. So definitely that guy going around 5409 went to the end that's further upwind, for sure. I mean, these guys are coming straight up away, almost a perpendicular angle from the gates. That means when you're on starboard, that means you want to be at that other buoy. But there we go. A lot of them chose this side, so it must not be favored by that much. All the boom heights. This guy's boom's high. This guy's boom's much lower. Cole Tilson, 693. Stella had a good rounding. Boat 9 over there. Had a good rounding on The other boat. They're doing okay. There's Lena and Mercy right here, not too far behind. We'll see what happens on the upwind if she can gain back. Good job. So we have a U flag start for race 2 now, and Lena and Mercy are in a real pickle right up in there. Here's Tommy and Max again. I'm gonna let them do this one more time, but I'm not gonna let them keep doing this. We're not gonna keep doing this follow in from the back. Max should go close hauled right now. We're not allowed to do this anymore. No following in from the back.
3, 2, 1, go. All clear.
Oh my God, Lena made it. And right on Stella.
She got so close.
I like everybody. I like everybody's pretty close to the line. But Tommy and Max, again, they can't come in late in an adverse current. The current's pushing us downwind. You cannot come in from the back. Max and Maddie. Now the wind has picked up to 7-8 knots. We got to really smoke the jib pretty hard. You look pretty good. It's outside the spreader, but a tight jib takes away weather helm. And the jib leads are way out on these boats, so you really pull the jib hard, especially when you're lightweight. They do have some bang on. That's good. He needs to stop yanking the tiller towards him when the boat gets flat, though. Now it's windier. You hold a much steadier rudder. Like, you're not pulling the tiller towards you in the light spots. That just pulls you away from the mark and you don't go any fast. See how you heeled now? You got to stay on the wind. Don't pull the tiller towards you when the boat gets flat. Only go down. Oh, this guy's on a big lift right here.
There's a righty.
So Max should go. Our goal for him, oh, this is great. I told him, don't duck everybody on the right. Go underneath. The current's going out. Go underneath, go fast. And then if somebody tacks on you, then you can go back out to the right. But you got to be under the ley line at all costs, because shy ley line works when the current is this strong. Anybody who's on a shy ley line is going to lift up and make the mark.
There's one person.
These teams, several of these teams are getting ready to head to Miami Christmas Day. They'll fly Christmas Day and start sailing the next morning. I think it's a practice day, the 26th at Orange Bowl. Now it's getting a little windier, so we're seeing the bigger teams. Stella in the top 5 or 10, number 9. Well ahead of these guys. Here's Max in a really tight spot. But he's under the ley line like I asked him to be. He's trying hard. This looks good. She's footing a little too much. Oh God, she's pointed away from the mark. Here's Tommy gonna come in around the top 10.
Wow.
Tommy's just in front of Stella. They're in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. They're in the top 20. Tommy loves his jibe sets. Usually this doesn't work right away because of this, all this bad air here. Tommy just came out too low. Good effort though. Oh, there you go.